Welcome to Diverse Orange. Our guest today is Jacob Wan. Welcome, Jacob.
Hi, thank you, Terry. Thank you for having me here. Nice to meeting you.
Well, we're glad to have you here and to talk to you about diversity here in Central Florida, about your life, which started in China, right?
Yes, I come from China, Zhejiang, China, and have been here, I would say, about 8 years since 2014, the beginning of 2014. Yeah.
And were you from a city that was of good size or a rural area?
Yeah, so actually, I come from a small town in a big province. I always get a chance to go to big cities, but where I come from actually is a small town.
And as a kid, did you dream of traveling off to some other country?
Actually, I haven't thought that much about traveling back when I was a kid because I never thought I would really practice English. But I always want to go to big cities because I always feel like a big city has more diversity, more culture, and more opportunity as well.
So, what led you to leave China?
Actually, it was a very interesting chance. So back when I was in college in China, I get a opportunity to be an exchange student to go to Australia, and my major back then was international business, and I really didn't I really didn't like that. So I have a friend who is study graphic design in University of Central Florida, and I was talking to him, and he was like, "Oh, you always do creative things. Why don't you switch to here, and we can be friends and hang out together all the time?" So I was okay. Let me try. So I traveled all the way here to Orlando, and then I studied studio art, and I also finished my master degree in University of Central Florida as well.
And had you studied English before you went to Australia?
Yeah, I would say maybe a little bit. It's more like a year course. But I would say most of my English was learned through like communications and engagement with local communities. Yeah.
And it appears you've decided that you like Central Florida. You've stayed here for a while. What, what, now that you're here, that your friend brought you here and then abandoned you, um, what keeps you here?
Yeah, so I really liked Orlando. I think when I come to here, it was a very nice size city with a lot like interesting things to do, and also Disney. And also, I like through my staying, I also traveled to different states. So what I really like that Florida is I'm spoiled by the sunshine. I was in Virginia last week, and it was snowing, and I was like, oh my God, I need to come back to Florida. And also another thing is I really really enjoyed is how the community of Orlando come back together, especially is after the post shooting in 2016. So as an LGBTQ community member, I was really impressed and touched by how the city and everyone come together and united and to support the LGBT community. So for me, I think it is such a great city with such great people. So I would say it has been great experience here. Yeah.
And have you gotten to know people of different cultures and diverse backgrounds here?
Yes, exactly. I was able to go to different communities, meet people from different background, different city, different countries, and also I really enjoyed. I was able to engage with the local native life and able to dive into the community to meet more people and connections as well.
And did you feel the community accepted you and invited you in?
Yeah, I totally would say so. I would say like most of the community have been they're always very friendly and welcoming. So I always meet a lot of great friends and in fact I'm here. So I would say yeah, it has been a great ride.
That's great because the last few years in our country, there have been various places and people who um, attach political and medical stuff to anyone who's of Asian descent, but you haven't experienced that.
Yes, exactly. Actually, I started working on a piece of work that responds to the recent hate crime towards the Asian community. I don't think my experience speaks for everyone else because it's very my personal experience. But what I will say is, since I have been in Orlando, I personally like haven't experienced much of hate. Maybe I'm slow on this side, but I would say like most experience I have are very pleasant. But I understand that a lot of people are suffering and struggling and going through this experience, and I hope we can really pay attention to these issues as well. Yeah, but overall, I think my experience in Orlando has been very nice and welcome. Yes.
Great. Well, we love to hear that, and I uh, wish that that were the case throughout our state and our country. But the community here can help spread that kind of acceptance by just example. I have a question about: is there anything from back home in China that you miss here?
Oh, of course. I have to say the food is the most. But also like actually there has a lot of good Asian cuisines starting in Orlando. It's such as a hot pot and the Korean barbecues, all kinds. So actually I start getting a lot of chance to taste the taste of my hometown. And also I do miss my family, of course. And and also like a different experience as well. So I will say like I enjoy the different things I can do through the different culture in China and both in America. So yes, I miss there and yeah.
What's the thing that's most different that you really like?
Interesting. So I would say it's more as my me as a person, my experience. So for example, if I have my hair like this in China, maybe I will be judged very hard. But in here, actually, I'm not that afraid of who I am in a way. Because I don't have my family here, nobody knows me, so I can just be who I am. So I really enjoy that freedom. Yes.
Do you think any of your family will come visit you here?
Yes, actually, my family has visited me. I think in 2018. Yes, and I took them to Disney and Universal Studio, and they really enjoyed it. Yeah, they think Orlando is a very nice, quiet, and very active town. Yeah.
Great, great. And um, so you had talked about food, missing food.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you miss having a family that is preparing food. As growing up, you probably just came in and there was the food you wanted. Um,
Yeah.
and you mentioned some of the great Asian food places. Have you found non-Asian food places that you've discovered that you really like here in Central?
Oh yes, exactly. I I I really like Spanish food, and I don't remember the name of that restaurant, but I think it was on Cimarron Road, and Obama went to that restaurant as well. So, and I went there, and I always want to go there, and I have my friends, Spanish friends, took me there because I'm afraid if I go there alone, I don't know what I'm ordering. Yeah, so and also like I also really liked a Mexican restaurant as well. Yeah, I'm really bad with the names, but yes, I really, really like all kinds of food around the city and all the opportunity. I can try different cuisines. Yeah.
Great. And so have you been able to get work in the arts?
Yes, exactly. I actually are pretty involved with the local art community, and I would say like the art community in Orlando is growing and growing very strongly. and everyone is together and trying to make the art scenes better. Especially just I think we just had the UCF celebrate arts, and we can see how the city come together, and also like a fusion fest. Everyone come together celebrate the dance, arts, and different cultures. So for me, I think yes, Orlando is doing a lot to celebrate all kinds of different things, and I am really pleased.
Well, great. Jacob, we're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're feeling welcome here because we do want to welcome you. Thank you for being part of our community and for talking with us today. And thank you
Yeah,
to
thank you
anyone
so
that's
much,
watching.
Terry.
All
Thank
right.
you so much for having me here, and wish you all the best. Thank
Thank
you.
you. All right. Goodbye.